What's up, guys? Trap God Senpai back with the third and final part to the waifu tier list. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the first two parts on my channel. Not much of an intro needed, so let's get straight into it. The next one, people are going to probably get mad again. This is Megami from Food Wars. She's like Soma's like buddy that he came in with, and he helps her like pass 3 exams that she shouldn't pass. And then somehow randomly they do a food competition and she wins the whole thing and beats Soma. So just like I have a lot of problems with her character. I think
I don't remember her from the show.
She's
so
like
F tier is fine.
she's like the one of the group, like the one person in the group that is consistently like in question whether she's gonna pass or fail the exam to get kicked out of school. And
Okay,
Soma had to repeatedly like save her. And one time he even had to do a shokugeki with a teacher to save her because he already kicked her out, and he had to like try and shokugeki him to get her back in.
Oh, I do remember that.
And then
I do remember her now.
And then
Yeah.
he's like, Soma comes up to her. He's like, "You just need to believe in yourself. You're a great chef." And then she's like, "Oh, okay." And then they do like the cooking competition to go to like the big one, like the national like competition, like the blue whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And she won the whole fucking thing. So it just didn't make sense. Like it made zero sense to me. How she was able to win that after repeatedly almost getting kicked out of school for being so bad. And I think she's another one of those characters that's just there to drive some plot points, and she's supposed to be just like the cute shy girl, but it does it in like a bad way. Like I just don't like the way
Doesn't she just like not come back after season 1 too?
No, she's in the
She
show.
just like
She's a main
I
character.
feel just the fact that like I love Food Wars, and the fact that I barely remember her as like any part of it. I would not doubt anything you're saying. Like she
Yeah,
has to have been there to just drive the plot. Like she
it's
must have just
tough.
been entirely inconsequential.
Yeah,
Like I just I remember the scene that you're talking about, but I just like imagine the character that is about to get kicked out is just not her. Like I don't remember it being her. She's in the show, I believe you, but like it could have been anybody. Like I
yeah,
don't know. I don't think she was that important.
yeah. And so I think we got her locked in. Like it's just she's what she is. I'll let you start the next one because I'm gonna come in hot.
Yeah, I remember your opinion, but also my opinion is the same. I'm going to do the controversial thing and place Mikasa directly into F tier because she is not attractive. What?
Yeah,
She's literally in love with, like, again, this is like the whole problem with like irregular Magic High School and why so many people don't pick up that show. Like, I mean, a lot of anime fans are into weird stuff. I'll give it to them. Whatever. You can be into whatever you want to be. But like the whole "you're my brother and I love you still" thing is just weird. And they were basically raised as siblings after, the whole thing with like her family getting murdered, blah blah blah, at the beginning of the show. And so they
blah
were
blah blah.
literally like they're literally raised as siblings, and like the whole love dynamic between them should be non-existent. And otherwise, like she's like a badass character. Like she's super cool. The contender for Levi for like the most OP character in the show, like when it comes to being a normal person at least.
Yeah,
And like that, like 100%, she's S tier badass character, and her design is great. But like in terms of attractiveness, like y'all gotta broaden your horizons. Like, have you never seen a woman before? I don't get it.
yeah,
Like, she's essentially like I'm about as attracted to her as I would be just like a dude. Like, Levi is more attractive to me than her. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, and F tier for me easily.
yeah. It's just like let's be honest, guys. Like she's not attractive. Like not an attractive character. She kind of looks like a guy. And I guess like the main points that people make are that she's like just the definition. Like look up "ride or die" in the dictionary, and it's gonna be Mikasa there.
100%.
But who isn't? Who isn't on this list? Who is not a ride or die on this list?
I mean Mayumi, but that's less a factor in that show if
Yeah, I
you've
mean, but
if you've seen it.
like Albedo, is she ever gonna turn on Ainz? No. Like
Well,
okay,
I
but
mean,
like from what
spoilers for
from
those who have
the
not
don't
read the
from
novels.
anime. We're doing an anime list.
All right, fine. Okay, yeah, if we're talking anime only, no. Like all of these people are ride or dies for
Not
for
all of
the
them, bro.
MC
Like
of the show.
it's that's like the
Even
that's almost
even
a prerequisite to being a waifu is being a ride or die.
even Lucy's right arm, like
Yeah,
definitely would ride or die for the real MC of her own show, Natsu. Like we all know it. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't give her any bonus
Yeah, I
points,
mean,
and
just
she
like,
looks like a man,
she does
so
look like a
I
man,
don't care
so,
about her.
yeah, we're gonna leave her there. You guys can let us know what you think in the comments.
We
But so
know
next up,
we know they'll let us know.
yeah, next up, we got Raftalia, from Shield Hero, uh,
I'm not
Ride
into
or Die too.
bestiality, so
Ride or Die
so
as well. I
just
think
just not at all into bestiality. So
it's a
you
cat
can
girl,
rank her.
bro. It's not a cat.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think.
Also, she's literally a child. She just grows faster because she leveled up. So
Okay, but
like,
it's like essentially,
ooh,
it's essentially semantics. Like the way she leveled up her intellect and her body. Like she essentially, like
she
she's literally an
basically
adult.
aged
Like
up. Yeah, she basically aged up. But I don't know.
it's
Like
like
I
the same
just,
thing as like if someone was born on like February 29th, like on a leap year, and you're like, well, technically you're
oh
only
yeah,
4 years
they're 4
old.
years old. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess you're right there. Like I just have like a weird thing about stuff like that because born and raised American. So I just like,
Because I'm not a
yeah,
map.
the. Yeah, exactly. So like I don't that whole aesthetic just like doesn't do it for me. Like, if they had just like when he went to the market and purchased her, if she'd just already been an adult, would have been fine. But like why you
You
gotta
know the
make her like 4 years old
yeah.
and then just looks like an adult? That's weird, bro.
Yeah, I don't think much needs to be said about her. Like she's ride or die for her owner, I
Definitely
guess.
better than all of our F and C tier in terms of like if we're not thinking about all the things I said, like definitely a better choice than C
Yeah.
and F, but like nothing special there.
Yeah. So I think we're solid. Like bottom of B, maybe could be top of C. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Next up we got Rem. I'm putting her in C tier. That might be the biggest controversial thing in the show besides Mikasa, I guess. But I just she's like 10 years old, dude. Like
Yeah,
literally,
should really shouldn't be an option for you.
and also
If you're watching this video in English, like please reconsider your life choices if you disagree with that.
and like
You
but also she's just like it's not even like she's like we'll get to Tatsumaki later, but it's not like she just looks young or whatever.
yeah.
She actually acts young too. Like she's like quiet and like shy and like doesn't talk very much.
And
Like I
also
guess
is literally young. She does not follow the standard lolly trope of like being an adult but looking young. She's literally a child. Like seek help if you disagree. I
yeah,
just like she's a great character in the show. She contributes, she helps drive the plot. She's like consequential to the plot in a lot of cases, but like beyond that, you shouldn't be liking this character for other reasons, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Love beef, but I think we're gonna keep Ram in the C tier.
I'm pretty sure he was joking. Like I think it was a meme like
Mm-mm.
because his
No
was
way.
0-2. His was 0-2.
Yeah, zero twos.
It
Like
was
we'll
it
get
was
there.
it was
We'll
it
get
was
there.
no, the reason he swapped over was because we started making fun of him for watching that show.
That show is phenomenal. Fuck all you guys.
Well, I mean, it was beef though.
Yeah.
We had to make fun of him.
Well. Speaking of beef, he's the one who put me onto High School DxD. Next up, we got
He
Rhea
put us
Scremery.
all on
For real, he did actually. That guy was a goat.
the dorm days. Oh
But so we
God.
got Rhea Scremery up next. I'm just putting her right next to Akano. Don't care about the order because there is no order. They're tied.
Yeah,
You can't make me pick between them. You can put a gun to my head. You can't force me to do it. They're
I
tied,
agree.
so wherever they go, they're a package
I feel
deal.
like most of the girls in that show are on equal terms. Like it's all written by the same person, and I don't know what it was, but every stereotype like female character who's in love with an MC in an harem, like did them great. So
It's
if
just like
all of them were there, they'd all be S tier next to each other for me.
they both serve their roles well. Like Rias is the girl you take home. This is the girl you have a great fucking time with on the weekend.
Yeah,
Like
and I mean the plot was just insane
the
for both
plot
of
is
them. They both
nutty.
have insane plots.
The plot is phenomenal, phenomenal plot. The plot was just it was plotting around, man. So next up we got a fan favorite here. Um, Here we have Robert E.O. Speedwagon, baby, one of the best waifus in all of anime.
Yeah,
Um,
honestly, top of S tier
I,
beats out my
I,
very easily.
if I could make another tier, I would. But since I can't, we're just putting Speedwagon at the top of S. Um, do we really
Clear.
even need to talk about it anymore?
That
Uh,
thought was meant for Speedwagon.
Speedwagon is the greatest waifu in history. So yeah, I mean, enough said about that one. Speedwagon's the goat and the greatest
Yeah.
waifu of all time. Moving
Yep.
on, we have Ryoko Matoi from Kill la Kill, and I don't know, dude. I think she's just solid. Like,
I don't. There was a lot of like fan service in that show just
well, the show
because
was
they
fan
could.
service.
Yeah, the whole show was fan service. So like I don't know. I really enjoy her as a character, but again, like I don't like the fan
You
service
see
was
the
just there. Like
I'm
it had no
I'm
consequence on the plot, and romance was not an option in the show.
yeah,
So
I'm
like I
between
respect the
bottom of
choice.
B and top of C.
I'd say bottom of B.
I just
It's a
think
respectable choice, but I just don't view her in that light. Like I just ignored the fan service when I watched it because I was relatively new to anime when I watched this. But
yeah, and it's
it's
just
like
like I don't think that her character fits fan service very well though. Like they don't like mesh very well.
it was very like it was just I feel like it was just like an extra. Like the whole
It's
show
like
was like insanely good, but
it's
they just
like
threw in the fan service so you had something to look at like while they were just you know like doing an epileptic seizure on the screen like
it's
you
to
could
me it's
also just look at her crazy outfit.
to me it's kind of like if Callan like every time she fought she just somehow got naked for no reason.
Yeah.
Like they have similar characters I feel like, and although they do accentuate like Callan's features, like she's like wearing a skin tight suit and stuff. That's not the
Yeah.
same as what they do with her. Like she's wearing
D
like literally like a thong
Definitely not.
bikini, like covers up 2 inches of 2 square inches of flesh. And it just doesn't fit her character. Like it doesn't suit her character very well. I'm actually moving her to the top of C. It's just something like it doesn't mesh well, like the character and the
It's
design.
just like I said, it's literally like there's the plot, like the actual story, not like joke plot. There's the actual story, which is insanely good, and then just there's also fan service, and it's like it's never brought up that it's like they're wearing these insane outfits. There's no point to it. There's no romance in the show really, aside from like the weird BDSM fetish that all of like the villains have. It's just like it's just there and like that has nothing to do with her as a character. It's she's even like upset that she has to look like that every time she fights, and it's just like it really I feel like it was just if that wasn't a part of the show I still would have enjoyed the show just as much as I did. So I just don't view her in that light. Like I think of her as one of the badass female MCs of anime, and that's as far as it goes. I don't view her in any other light.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll go to the next one. We got Tatsumaki. I know you're gonna have to put up some faux resistance here because you want to keep up your image. I'm gonna put her right here, and let me make my case. First of all, she's super badass, right? Like, I assume like even up to where I'm at in like the web comic, she's still the second strongest person to Saitama we see. Like proven how strong they are. Like we see Blast.
Caught up people know that that is no longer the case with
What
the
I
manga.
caught up
But
like
yeah,
2 weeks ago.
you literally see characters like below Saitama but above her. Like
Oh, you're talking about the bad guys that she's fighting?
no, are you reading the manga?
I'm reading the manga. I caught up on the manga like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Anyway,
like a couple months ago the like Blast was revealed.
yeah, I know, but you don't see Blast do anything yet.
He yeah, I guess that's fair.
Like you
I
don't
just feel
really
like
see him do anything.
his like we all know, like he inspired Tatsumaki to become a hero.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that he's supposed to be the
Yeah,
strongest, maybe even stronger than Saitama. We
I
don't
guess that's
know,
fair. We haven't
but
seen
we
any
haven't
feats
seen
for
it yet.
Blast.
It's like
So yeah,
up to
currently
this point,
feats
like
wise,
she has
she's
the
the
greatest
second
feats.
strongest. Yeah, that's true. I can definitely agree with that.
And so she's obviously super strong. When she's not in her little cartoony form in the webcomic or the manga, whatever you're reading, when
Mhm.
she's not in her little like cartoony form, uh, come on, come on, man, come on.
All
She's
right,
a
so
baddie.
Trap God and I have this running bit going
There's
where
no
he
bit.
refuses to believe that I do not like lollies. As I said, Fubuki is my favorite character from that show, and I will maintain that. Um, I am allowing it to go into S tier because I know that's his favorite waifu, but she is not mine. Fubuki in that show, Fubuki beats her like hands down. Like
She
I'd
doesn't.
take
She
Mosquito
gets whipped in
Girl
the fight and
over.
she gets whipped in the badness.
I'd take Mosquito Girl over
You guys.
Tatsumaki.
So the challenge for this episode of the YouTube special is let us know below. You guys team Tatsumaki or team Fubuki? Go
Yeah,
ahead and leave it in
yeah,
the
I
comments
like that.
below. We'll see who wins in the
Let's
end.
see where the viewers align.
Yeah. But so I think she's super like badass strong. I think she's super just bad too. She's also like what she's like 30 or something. She's older than Fubuki.
She is. Like there's nothing wrong with it. She's not a child, whatever, that's a thing.
And I do want to point out
She's
that
just
I'm
the
talking about
aesthetic is not for
specifically
me.
when she's not in her little cartoonish form. Like
Yeah, because that
when it's
that
like
would be weird if that's what you're
it's it's
attracted
it's
to and
it's
he has
like
like
the
bullseye eyes.
yeah, it's like the difference between Saitama when he has like a little bald round head and when he has like the chiseled jaw. You know what I mean? Like the chiseled jawline when he gets serious.
Yeah, it's literally the aesthetic they use when it's supposed to be like she's a joke character right now. She's serious right now. It's like a whole thing with
And
I
also
mean
her
all
like
of One
she's
Punch
not as
Man.
fitted as Fubuki, but like her fit is works for her. Like her fit
Like I said,
works
character
for her.
design is a hugely important thing when it comes to deciding this list for us. And
And
yeah, I'd say
also
her character design is good.
it makes me like if it made me feel like specifically really warm inside when she like
Oh,
came out
what?
after no it made me feel really you're just listen it made me feel really warm inside when she like came out after fighting like underground the whole time and she saw Fubuki all fucked up and she was like who did this, like you tell me right now, like why did you guys let her out
Yeah,
here, and like went in like rage mode about to like slaughter everything. And so it
yeah.
was just like she loves her little sister, like it's just nice. And I
But I
like her.
mean, I don't know.
She's my favorite from the show.
Going back to the character design though, just for a second, like, what do you expect? Like, of course, her character design is insanely good. Have you seen any other character in that show? Like, even Saitama and his goofy superhero costume, like, it's just perfect. Like,
Yeah.
Genos is just the drippiest man alive. Like, King just mobbing around like some aesthetic bodybuilder who only listens to EDM in the gym and takes pictures of himself for Instagram. Like everybody in that show just looks insanely perfectly designed. And
Yeah.
I mean, while Tatsumaki again is not one of my favorite waifus, you cannot deny that she is up there in terms of like character design. Like it just fits. Like she
Yeah.
just looks correct, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So let's moving on to the next one. We got Tsunade from Naruto. I'm putting her at S tier. Definitely like the typical like MILF, like friend's mom type thing. She actually looks like one of my friend's mom from when I was a kid. So, like that, yeah, I wanted to bang her. So we're gonna go ahead and put her in S tier. Like she's just like the cougar MILF, dude. What else you need to say?
Honestly, I agree. Like I mean, uh, keeping aside the fact that she is actually a grandma and artificially keeps up her appearance,
Doesn't
like
matter.
she literally like, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember the actual person's name who wrote Naruto, but I'm pretty sure he just Googled what does a MILF look like and designed
Yeah.
her based off that. Like
Right.
I agree. Like character design alone carries her, but she's actually like a good character. She's like Sakura if she wasn't pointless.
Yeah, soccer was
And
pretty
that's
useless.
like clear S tier. Like I don't know. I got nothing else to add to that. I think you said it perfectly. Quintessential MILF like deserves a spot in S tier.
Okay, moving on. We got Yuno Gasai from Future Diary. See, this is where like my personal preference comes in. And since this is going on my channel, I'm putting her right below my. I just something about like the what is it? Soon is that she a tsundere? What is it? What is it called when they're like nice
They're
and
like
no tsundere is
when
mean but
they
actually nice.
pretend.
What is it?
Tsundere is when they pretend to be mean
Yeah.
because they
What
like
is
the
the one
main
where they
character.
pretend to be nice? Yandere. She's a yandere. Just typical yandere, dude. Like she's I think it's bad. I just like her character a lot. Like she wants to do anything she can for like the main character, but she also will just like fucking murder people like in cold blood, and she's kind of psychotic.
Mhm.
Not kind of, she's literally psychotic, and she's got the pink
Mhm.
hair. So that she's like bar none the best waifu in that show. I got a poster of her on my wall with all my other anime posters. She's the top of the top in S tier for me. Super dig the character design. You'll find out like that I have a certain taste for character design in a second, but she's super cool. Like the show. Show wasn't super great, but like she's enough to make the show talk. She's enough to make the show worth talking about.
I am gonna go ahead and admit something here. I don't remember ever watching Future Diary, so
Really?
I'm just gonna take your opinion as fact there. But she's got pink hair, so clearly she is the best waifu in that
Yeah,
show.
you know
That
they
is the
always give
law.
best girls pink hair.
That's the
And
law.
moving
Like,
straight
so
into that,
clearly,
using that point as a springboard, baby, we have the greatest waifu of all time. Now, if I could go back and make another tier without just completely crashing the website, I would. But I can't. So Zero Two is going at the very top of the top. She's the best waifu of all time. One of my favorite shows of all time. This is the first show, the first anime I ever watched where I kind of took a step away from just like the power fantasy action type animes. And it was on accident. I was on Twitter and some like promoted tweet. I don't know if someone liked it or someone retweeted it, but they had Zero Two as a profile picture, and I was like, oh, that looks like she looks cool. And so I look up like what anime had the girl with pink hair and red horns, and then it was like Darling in the Franxx, and I hated mecha anime. Like I still do hate mecha anime, but I was like, you know what? She looks good enough where I think she might be able to carry the show. So let's give it a shot. And let me tell you, folks, I do not regret that one bit because this is still probably like sentimental value wise my favorite anime of all time. And Zero Two is my favorite waifu of all time. Ichigo's terrible. I didn't put her on the list. If I did, I'd have to make an FFF minus, triple minus tier. She sucks. Terrible character. She actually sexually assaulted Hiro by kissing him on the lips outside of the forest house that one time. That was she didn't get consent, so she's a serial
Mhm.
abuser. And she shouldn't be talked about anymore. Zero Two is best girl, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I entirely agree. Like I said, I still think if you were to Google waifu, like Mai would be the first one, honestly, just because that is literally the point. It's like a whole rom-com, like not really slice of life, but like adolescent journey, I guess you could say. And like the whole point of it is that she's designed like that. But I think Zero Two, like, come on, like she is the number one waifu. Like if you look at half of your friends who are like ultra weebs backgrounds, it's gonna be her. Like it was mine for a bit. I know it's Trap God Senpai's right now. It's
Now
just
and forever, baby.
like she is the number one pick. She's not designed like that, but she still just fit that role perfectly. And as well, she's got that Dami Mommy aesthetic you all know I love. So she definitely belongs top of S tier. Only person to beat out Speedwagon on this list,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
truly, truly. And it's
And
just to hard back on another point. It's just she has like the greatest catchphrase, and like all out of all of them, like she has the most memorable, just darling. The way she says darling, and it's crazy because
uh,
in the dub as well as the sub, it has the same effect on you when she says darling. Like the first time she pulls Hero into that Franks and she goes, "You're now my darling." It takes your heart and doesn't give it back, man. You just cheer for them the whole time. Doesn't
it's the
matter.
same vibes as like, when like the MILF character in the show walks up to the main character and goes, "Ada, ada." Like, dude, fuck. Like it's just they
Like
just
looking
that
back on
voice
it,
actor for
I've
her
watched
just
like tens of Darling in the Franks AMVs, and it's just like they all do it. You know that it's like an iconic part in the show when in almost every AMV they
Mhm.
will cut the music and have her say "You are now my darling" when she pulls him in, then go back into the AMV. Like it's just an
Yeah.
iconic phrase, like just darling, darling, darling. The darling compilations, and although the last like 5 episodes of a show were just completely terrible, it doesn't matter. Like, sure, it left a sour taste in my mouth, but she's the best wife of all time.
Oh, 100%.
Fight for her man. She had her troubles, and they had their troubles, but I'm confident in putting her up there with any of them. So,
And I support your confidence.
man, I appreciate that. So, looks like we got our final list updated here. I think it's pretty solid, rock solid list. If you guys disagree, you're wrong. Go ahead and let me know why you disagree, and I'll let you know why you're wrong. So, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead
we'll
and
happily respond to every
yeah,
comment down
I'll let you
below and
know.
explain to you exactly why you're wrong.
I will give you guys a detailed description. Might even give you a link to a twit longer, huh? Just to let you know how wrong you are.
Yeah.
But so it's been fun, guys. I want to thank Wagaruji for coming on here. I always love doing collab videos with him. It's a lot of fun when we do these type of things. We're gonna be doing another one on his channel. It's gonna be with husbandos slash main characters. So we're gonna do another tier list like that. Make sure you check out his channel. I'll link it in the description below. And you guys go ahead and let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below. And if you have any recommendations for other collab videos you want to see, go ahead and let me know. Appreciate all you guys, and I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, see you guys in the next one.